Hey guys, John from Anxiety Struggle is Real. Welcome back to another video. As I start out all my videos, I am not a doctor. I'm not a medical professional of any type or kind. All of my videos are based on my experiences and the things that I do to help deal with anxiety. Not medical advice at all. And then lately it's been dealing with the weaning off of clonazepam or benzos. Thank you so much for all the comments that I've been getting and the new subscribers. Thank you all. I really appreciate that. The more, the merrier. But I did notice I got a couple of comments, few, that they weren't negative in any way, but they alluded to maybe I don't understand what other people are going through. And because the video that I made, I said it was titled weaning from clonazepam doesn't have to be terrible, something like that. And I was never going to talk about this coming up topic with anybody because I don't want to trigger anybody. But I think it's necessary that I do full disclosure of my journey and that you guys understand that I have walked through the hell that a lot of you are walking through. This is it. I'm going to make it as fast as I can, but I like to talk. I've disclosed already that I've done this before. The first time I did it, I was 28 years old. I took 0.5 milligrams twice a day for, I don't know, year and a half. And then I weaned off, and that took about a year and a half. And it was, I'm not going to use the word easy, but it wasn't awful at all. And I think it was because I was much younger then. I was 28. I was in much better health than I'm in now. And it wasn't awful. The worst thing I had was the feeling of disassociation for extended periods of time and that pressure on your head for extended period of times. But it really didn't affect my life very much. Oh, and I did, of course, have some increased anxiety, but again, it wasn't awful. So that was the first time. The second time, or the other time that we've been talking about, is actually the third time. That's what I'm doing right now. There was a second time, and it was forced. And this is how it was forced. I'm going to be describing pills. They're all clonazepam, and I'm going to be using different colors. And it's completely random because I don't want to trigger somebody that's, if they're taking a pill, a clonazepam that is a color that I use, I don't want you to freak out because I'm going to make it random. For many, many years, I was on yellow pills, and everything, was okay. And I mean, I know that I was experiencing some withdrawal when I was taking 0.5 twice a day, and there was points in there where it wasn't enough anymore, and I felt crappy, whatever. But about 5 years ago, in the early fall, I went to the pharmacy, and my pills weren't yellow. I looked at them, and they were green. And I'm like, again, random. And I said, "Hey, Gene," that's the pharmacist's name. What's the deal with the green pills? Don't worry about it. They're perfectly fine. You're going to be good. So I was taking the green pills, just moving along in life, taking 2 a day, and picking my script up every month. And all of a sudden, everything wasn't okay. I started out with really bad anxiety appointments, really bad anxiety attacks every single morning. And it got to the point where I was expecting it. And then driving became an issue. I live in Florida. I was working in construction. Sometimes I had to go to appointments and go across bridges. I was on my way to an appointment, And I got to the foot of, almost the foot of this bridge. I had to turn off. I was like, what's happening here? I'm terrified to go over this bridge. Now, for years, when I moved down to Florida, I was driving back and forth from here to Buffalo to work. And there's bridges and hills and mountains and craziness all the way there. It never bothered me at all. So I waited at the foot of this bridge till traffic was the least. I punched my truck over the bridge, went to the appointment, completely blew the appointment because I was just freaking out. And because I knew I had to go back across that bridge. So left the appointment, same deal. I was terrible going across that bridge again. And I get home, I tell my wife, I don't know what's going on, and the anxiety is just increasing, and I'm getting other things too. I'm getting dizzy. I'm getting twitches. I'm getting this really intense feeling in my head and tremendous body aches. All kinds of crap is going on, and I don't know what's happening. Now, I was only taking 2 pills a day. My prescription was for 3. So I said, okay, I'm going to take the 3rd pill. It just got worse. I was in traffic one day. I was in the middle lane, and I got this trapped feeling, and I lost my shit completely, and I was freaking out, and once traffic moved, boom, right over to get off the road. And I just had to sit there for like a half an hour. It got to the point where I could maybe go to Home Depot, which was 6 miles from my house, going into Publix or Costco or Home Depot or Lowe's, going into any of these places. I was a mess when I'm trying to get my 2x4s or my plumbing stuff or whatever it is and just get to the job and get the hell out of there. I couldn't take the people. And I was crying for no reason. I was like a shell of the man that I once was. It was awful. And I had no idea what was causing it. That's when I gave up caffeine. And now I still am drinking decaf. Because I don't know why. I really want to go back onto caffeinated coffee because I really miss a Dunkin' or a Tim's really bad. But anyway, I went to Home Depot one day, and I'm driving home, and this is all I'm thinking about. I can't think about anything else. What is causing this? I had talked to my shrink, got no answers. I see a sign, and it's lime green. Not green, lime green. And something clicked in my head. I'm like, holy shit. Sorry about the language. Holy shit. Lime green. I darted home, and I had extra pills from the green because I was only taking 2 of those most of the time. And I opened up the lime green bottle, and there was a big difference in the color. And I'm like, that's it. That's got to be it. And I looked it up online. I Googled the brand, and there was post after post after post. So I'm losing my mind. I can't do this anymore. I need these. I need my yellow pills back. It was crazy, the amount of people. And I'm like, oh my God, what did they do to us? So I went and talked to the pharmacist, and well, no, yellow pills aren't available, and the dark green ones. Well, I can get you the dark green ones again. So I got those, and for the first month, it was still bad, but it got a little bit better. And then I started doing more research because I just wanted to feel better. And I found out that the yellow pills were being made again. For some reason, they had been stopped. I didn't know that, but now they're being made again. And I called the company and asked if they had my dose, this and that, and they said, yes, those should be available. So I went to my pharmacy and gave them the NDC number, which I don't know what that stands for, but it's the code for that particular pill, and I got the yellow pills. Now, keep in mind, by this point, I am not driving at all. I gave it up. I would maybe run to the corner store. We went on a vacation to Tennessee, I couldn't. My poor wife had to drive the whole thing. I couldn't drive it at all. When we were there, I couldn't drive it at all. Little tiny bits. It actually took a solid year for that to go away. Once I got the yellow pills, the anxiety, everything kind of went back to normal except for that. The last, and I'm going to just back up a little bit, the last time that I got the lime green pills, because there was one time in between that and when I got the green ones, once I figured it out. And I said something to the pharmacist. It was a pharmacist that I had never seen before at this pharmacy. I looked at him, I said, man, I can't wait till I can get the green pills again. That's next month. And he took the bag from me, and I quote, he said, there's not an ounce of fucking medicine in these pills. And I was just like, I didn't even know what to say. So that's my story. Everything kind of got back to normal is what my normal was. So I cut some minutes. Well, I didn't, you guys don't know, but I cut some minutes off because I did this video once already and it was much longer than this. That's it. So I understand that the living friggin' hell that this drug can rain down upon us. I understand it 100%. That is why this whole experience that I went through was really one of the biggest catalysts for me weaning off, because God forbid my doctor stopped prescribing my pills or something like that happens, because I read that shit all the time that happens to people. So I understand. And I feel your pain, and I pray for you, and I feel sorrow for you, and I hope I can continue with my taper soon, because I'm really getting frustrated. Thanks for watching. If you liked it, like it. If you didn't, that's okay. But I will see you at the next video. Next video, by the way, I think I might have figured out, and this could affect a lot of people more than me, I think I might have figured out one of the things that is prohibiting me from continuing my taper. Take care. Love you.